Women do not want you to find this video, her greatest secret, Stoicism. There are truths hidden in plain sight. Secrets that shape how people act, decide, and connect, but most will never speak them out loud. What if I told you that there are powerful psychological and emotional dynamics that many women do not want you to fully understand? Not because they're evil or manipulative, but because awareness shifts the balance of power. Once you understand, you stop reacting emotionally, and you start living with clarity. This is where Stoicism becomes more than just a philosophy. It becomes a lens through which you can see human behavior with precision. The Stoics didn't obsess over what others were doing. They trained their minds to see reality as it truly is, not as they wished it to be. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we should see things for what they are. When you adopt this mindset in relationships, everything changes. You no longer get pulled by emotional games or confusion. Instead, you stay grounded, composed, and powerful. And this clarity often reveals what others would prefer remained unseen. 1. Emotional control is power. The reason this message is powerful is because it shifts the focus away from others and back to you. Stoicism isn't about controlling anyone else. It's about mastering your internal world. When you remain calm in situations that normally trigger anger, fear, or insecurity, you take back power. People feel it suddenly. The usual tactics don't work on you. And when someone realizes they can't emotionally sway you, the entire dynamic changes. Before we go deeper, if you want to learn how to think clearly, stay grounded, and build unshakable strength through Stoic philosophy, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Every video here is made to help you rise above emotional chaos, sharpen your mind, and take back control of your life. Join a community of people who choose wisdom over noise. 2. The power of hidden dynamics. Most people move through relationships unaware of the subtle dynamics shaping their interactions. There are unspoken expectations, emotional triggers, and silent negotiations happening beneath the surface. Women, like men, have strategies, conscious and unconscious, that influence connection, attraction, and power. Stoicism doesn't demonize this. Instead, it teaches you to observe without judgment. When you step back emotionally, you begin to see these dynamics with a clear mind. What once confused you now becomes obvious, like fog clearing from a mountain view. You stop reacting impulsively, and start responding intentionally. 3. The illusion of control. Many men believe that if they say the right things or act the right way, they can control how someone feels about them. This illusion leads to anxiety, frustration, and a desperate chase for approval. Stoicism breaks this illusion. It reminds you that you have zero control over another person's thoughts, feelings, or choices. What you do control is your character, your responses, and your state of mind. When you embody this truth, emotional games lose the grip on you. You stop chasing and start leading yourself. Imagine a storm at sea. Most people are tossed around by the waves of emotion, anger, jealousy, insecurity. A Stoic becomes the anchored ship. Through practiced observation, you learn to witness emotions rising without being consumed by them. When someone tries to provoke or manipulate, You no longer get dragged in. Instead, you see the pattern, breathe, and stay grounded. This emotional discipline doesn't just protect you, it gives you quiet power. What we're discussing here goes far deeper than surface dating advice. It's about understanding human nature through timeless philosophy. If this resonates with you, make sure you subscribe and stay connected. Each video will sharpen your perception and strengthen your inner world so you stop being confused by the outside one. 4. Why detachment is misunderstood. When people hear the word detachment, they often imagine coldness, indifference, or emotional walls. But Stoic detachment isn't about ignoring your emotions, it's about not being ruled by them. It's the difference between feeling anger and becoming anger, between noticing desire and being consumed by it. True Stoic detachment is calm awareness. You still feel, but you choose how to respond. This subtle shift is incredibly powerful, especially in relationships. People sense when you are internally stable. That stability commands attention and quiet respect. Ironically, the more emotionally centered you are, the more magnetic you become. When you stop chasing validation, you create space for genuine attraction to develop. Emotional detachment removes the pressure, the neediness, and the subtle desperation that often drives people away. In its place, there's calm confidence. You are no longer performing to impress, you're simply being. That authenticity and self-assuredness often draw others in without you needing to try. Detachment makes you less predictable, more mysterious, and ultimately more respected. 5. Respect through emotional discipline. People respect those who can stay composed in emotional storms. When arguments arise, when jealousy appears, when misunderstandings happen, your ability to remain calm sets the tone. Stoicism trains you to respond, not react. This doesn't mean you suppress your emotions, it means you master them. Over time, people learn that you're not easily manipulated, provoked, or swayed. And respect naturally follows. Emotional discipline is a quiet language of strength that doesn't need to be shouted. If this perspective is helping you see relationships in a clearer way, make sure to subscribe to the channel. This community is built for people who want to rise above emotional chaos and live with clarity, strength, and self-respect. Hit that bell so you never miss a video that sharpens your mindset. 6. Seeing through emotional games. Emotional manipulation often works because it's subtle. It's not always dramatic or obvious. Sometimes, it's quiet guilt-tripping, strategic silence, selective vulnerability, or unpredictable behavior meant to keep you guessing. Most people respond impulsively, trying to fix, chase, or prove themselves. But the Stoic mindset acts like a spotlight. It exposes what's happening without getting entangled in it. You don't need to confront or accuse, you simply see clearly. And once you see, you stop participating in the game. Manipulation loses its power when awareness enters the room. Manipulative dynamics thrive on emotional reactivity. When you react without reflection, you hand over control of your state to someone else. Stoicism teaches you to pause, breathe, and analyze before responding. This pause is your greatest weapon. It gives you time to decide whether the behavior in front of you is genuine communication or a tactic designed to trigger you. Over time, emotional manipulation stops working on people who remain calm. It's like trying to light a fire in the rain. Many people repeat emotional patterns because they're unconscious. They don't realize they've been trained to react in predictable ways. Stoicism invites you to observe yourself as much as others. When you see your patterns clearly, where you give too much, where you chase, where you get triggered, you gain the power to change them. Breaking these cycles doesn't require confrontation. It requires consciousness. And consciousness is the essence of Stoic practice. If you're starting to recognize these patterns in your own life, don't stop here. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Each video will help you sharpen your awareness, strengthen your responses, and break free from cycles that once controlled you. 7. Power without force. Real power doesn't come from dominance, manipulation, or control, it comes from inner peace. When you're calm inside, you can't be easily swayed. You no longer need to prove your worth or chase anyone's validation. This quiet self-assurance changes how people perceive you. In relationships, it naturally shifts the balance. Instead of trying to win, you embody strength. Stoicism gives you this power by teaching you to root your identity in what you control, your values, your actions, your mindset. When you stop being moved by every emotional wave, you become the anchor in the storm. Why calmness commands respect. Think about it. The person who stays composed when everyone else is emotional gains authority without asking for it. Calmness creates contrast. When others see that they can't shake you with emotional swings, they unconsciously begin to respect your presence. This isn't arrogance, it's stability. It communicates, I'm not here to play games. I'm here to live with clarity. And this presence often flips dynamics that were once against you. Emotional steadiness attracts genuine respect more than loud declarations ever could. Emotional mastery is magnetic. In relationships, people are drawn to emotional strength because it feels safe and rare. Someone who doesn't overreact, who listens deeply, who stands firm in their values, becomes magnetic. This doesn't mean you become detached in a robotic way. It means you understand emotions without letting them control you. That balance between sensitivity and self-mastery is powerful. Stoicism shapes this balance over time through daily reflection and disciplined thought. If this resonates, hit subscribe and join this growing community. Each video here is crafted to help you rise above emotional confusion, build mental strength, and create relationships based on respect, not insecurity. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next insight. 8. Why daily practice matters. Stoicism isn't a switch you flip. It's a muscle you build. Philosophy only becomes powerful when it moves from your head into your habits. You can watch videos, read quotes, or feel inspired in the moment, but lasting change happens through daily practice. Marcus Aurelius wrote his reflections every morning and night, not to impress anyone, but to train his mind. In the same way, your strength grows through small, consistent actions. The goal is to make Stoic thinking second nature, so that when challenges arise, calmness isn't something you reach for, it's who you are. Morning reflection sets the tone. Start your day with awareness. Before the world pulls at your attention, center yourself. Remind yourself what you can control today and what you can't. A simple Stoic question in the morning changes everything. What kind of person do I want to be today? This sets your emotional anchor. Throughout the day, whenever triggers come, you'll return to this anchor instead of getting lost in reactions. Evening reflection builds insight. At night, look back on the day without judgment. Where did you stay grounded? Where did emotions take the lead? This isn't about guilt, it's about clarity. Over time, these reflections reveal patterns you can refine. Just a few minutes of honest self-examination strengthens your emotional intelligence more than hours of overthinking. If you want Stoicism to become part of your identity, subscribe to the channel. Here, we build strength through consistent practice, not temporary motivation. Join the journey, stay disciplined, and watch your mindset transform. We began this journey by talking about hidden dynamics, the quiet truths beneath relationships and human behavior that often go unnoticed. Through Stoicism, those truths stop being mysteries. You see clearly, think clearly, and live from a place of inner strength. The greatest secret isn't about controlling others. It's about mastering yourself. Once you stop being emotionally reactive, you stop being easy to manipulate. You stop chasing validation, and instead, you move through life with quiet confidence. This is where true power lives, not in shouting, but in seeing. While others are lost in emotional storms, you stand calm. While others argue over appearances, you focus on reality. While others crave control, you focus on what's within yours. This is what makes Stoicism timeless. It gives you an advantage in every area of life, relationships, decisions, and inner peace. It's not flashy, but it's real. And when you embody it, people notice. Take this seriously. Don't just listen, apply. Reflect tomorrow morning. Watch your thoughts today. Pause before reacting. Each small choice is a brick in the foundation of unshakable strength. You don't need permission to change. You just need to begin. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to the channel right now. Join a growing community of thinkers, builders, and warriors who choose clarity over chaos. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next video that sharpens your mind. This isn't entertainment. This is transformation. The secret was never out there. It was always within you.